Hello. Now, about an hour ago, President Zelensky went on television to say that in the zmiinyi area there was extreme fighting. 137 people were killed, 316 people wounded. He calls them heroes, and he's very resolute. But he goes on and gives some more information in his broadcast, which is frightening. He says that he has personally been targeted as enemy number one, and his family have also been targeted. He says both he and his family are in the Ukraine. He's not prepared to say where his family is at this moment. And This is deeply, deeply shocking. It comes as no great surprise to me that Mr. Putin has decided on regime change. With the number of troops that he's got available, that is really his only option because he's not going to conquer the country. He might be able to topple the regime. And why has the regime proven that it no longer commands popular support? No, we've already seen what regime change brings on. It brings on chaos and instability, not only for that country, but for all countries surrounding it. We saw this with the regime change ambitions in Libya and in Iraq, getting rid of Saddam Hussein, getting rid of Colonel Gaddafi. Both incredibly foolish objectives. Now, in the past, I think we've always taken the view that cutting off the head of government at a time of war is foolish because then who does one negotiate with? So this again demonstrates Mr. Putin's complete inability to live with an eye on history. He hasn't got an eye on history. He's simply got an eye on his own miserable future. And at the same time, President Zelensky, day by day, grows in stature. Whatever the outcome of this war, President Zelensky is going to be seen as one of the great world leaders at a time when there are very few world leaders to choose from. The dross that we have to leaders in the West is as nothing compared to the dross that is leading Russia, and when both sides look across to the Ukraine, we can only stand in awe at the bravery and the charisma of this incredibly brave man and his incredibly brave country. My heart goes out to the Ukraine, but my heart also goes out to all those Russians who are duped into thinking that this is a good thing, to all those Russians who are forced because of their situation, because of their role in their own army, to fight against people who are their cousins, their brothers, their family. This is as close to a civil war as we are getting. This is a disaster in every possible way because its only purpose is to shore up the power of Putin, this man who walks around, who has such a complex. His face is filled with Botox, and he walks around in stacked shoes. It's so sad.